Hello, welcome to the HR diary. The find function locates the position of a text substring within a text string. If the text substring is not present, the function will return an error. In this video, I will show you how to use the find function with other Excel functions such as IFERROR, replace, left, find, mean, LEN, and ISNUMBER. This is the find syntax. Find has three elements: find text, within text, and start num. Find text is the text substring that you want to find. For example, you may want to find John. Within text is the cell reference or the text string in which you want to look for your text substring. For example, D4 could be my cell reference where the text string is hello John. Start num, this is an optional number field, and it is the position within this text where the search should start. If omitted, it will default to 1, which means the start find, which means the find starts looking from the first character of the string. So in this first example, I have a text string hello John in this cell D4, and I want to find the position number of John. So visually, the position number of John is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. So I want to use a formula to find the position of John. To do that, type equal find, open parenthesis, open quotation mark, John, close quotation mark, comma, and then I select this cell, which is the within text part. And the start num, I can either put 1 or I just leave it blank so that it will start counting from the first character, and I hit enter. So this returns result 7 because John starts at the 7th position of this text string. So now I can drag the formula down to apply it to the cell below. The cell below return an error value because it points to D5 and the formula wants to find John. But cell D5 does not contain John. So when it cannot find, it returns an error value. Whereas this formula in D4, John is there, so it returns 7. This one, there isn't any text that is John. So to fix this, we can use the IFERROR formula. This is the IFERROR formula to replace the error message with a custom message. So this is the syntax of the IFERROR formula. So the IFERROR has 2 elements. So value is the argument or the cell to be evaluated. Like I want to evaluate this cell. Value IFERROR is the value to return if the result of the argument is an error. So, or the text that you want to show if it's an error instead of this error message. To use the IFERROR formula, so I will use it in front of this find formula. So to use it, I need to use this formula. I need to put this formula there. I will type IFERROR, open parenthesis, and then I put a comma behind here, open quotation mark, and this is the text that I want it to show. If the text I want to show is not found, close quotation mark, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So this formula, because it cannot find John in this cell, using the IFERROR, it will return not found here. Next, I want to show you this formula X. So you can use formula X to show the formulas in these cells. And this is the syntax of the formula text function. So it has one element, which is the reference. This is the cell reference containing the formula that you want to display as the text. So to input the formula text function, we can type equals formula text, left parenthesis, and then the reference. This is the reference, right parenthesis, and hit enter on the keyboard. Now, I can see the formula here. Instead of clicking here to see here, I can immediately see what is the formula in this cell. So instead of manually typing it in all this cell, I will drag the formula down to apply it to the cells below. It is showing me an error message for the other cells because the results, there's no formula here in the result column here, but there is the formula here. So here the formula, this is the formula, and here the formula is shown here. All right, so I'm showing you this formula so you can just refer to it easily as we walk around the example. One thing to note about this find formula is that it is case sensitive. So notice when I in my find, I use the capital J for John. So if I change this, hello John, here, all right? So this is capital J. So if I were to change this to a small j, it will give me an error because this small letter John, this is a small capital John, but the John is in big capital letter. So, and then find is case sensitive. So to fix it, you need to change it back. Right? Find also does not support wildcard like asterisk. So if I type asterisk here, it will again give me an error. All right. So you can use find with if error to replace error messages like what we do here. So if you need to use the asterisk wildcard, you can use another function called the search function. So if you use the search, you see it works. All right. Search function works, but find function doesn't work with the asterisk function. So similarly, the find function does not support wildcard like the question mark. But you can use it if you use the search function. So if you use the search, it gives you the answer. So find is still useful because sometimes you want to find the precise word, including making sure that the caps is the same. It's exactly the same, all right? So let's revert the formula. So I made my point that find is case sensitive, and it also does not support wildcard like asterisk and question mark. Next, let's go to the replace function. The replace function is used to replace a part of a text with a new text string. It allows you to specify the old text, where the replacement should begin, how many characters to replace, and what the new text should be. This is the syntax of the replace function. The replace function has 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Old text is the original text in which you want to replace. Start num is the position of the old text where the replacement should start. This is the number indicating the character position. Num characters is the number of characters in the old text to replace. New text is the text string that will replace the specified characters in the old text. So this text will replace this text. So back to here. Now, if I want to replace hello John with hello Janet, type equals replace, open parenthesis, and I click onto, where is the old text? The old text is here, so I click here. And then the next one is start num. So this would be 7. This is the starting position where the John begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. This is where the character John position is. And then the number of characters is 4. Because I want to replace the 4 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4. And what is the new text? The new text is Janet. So I'd like to type Janet, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So I have replaced hello John with hello Janet using the replace function. So in this example, we know the start position of John is at number 7. We manually count that is 7 ahead of time. But what if you don't know where is the position of John when you have a lot of data? Now let's move on to the next example where the start position of John, for example, is not known ahead of time. The find and replace. Combining the find and replace function in Excel is useful when you need to replace a text string, but the position of that text string, for example, John, is not fixed or known ahead of time. Now, let's drag this formula down first. So it's exactly the same here. So to use find and replace, now, assuming we don't know what is this number 7, where is the position of John? So we need to replace number 7 in this formula with the find formula. So to do that, this number 7, we need to type in the find formula. Find, open parenthesis, and we type this, John, and where is the cell? This is the cell, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So we have replaced hello John with hello Janet using the find and replace function. Next, let's move to the 5th example, left. The left function extracts a given number of characters starting from the left. This is the syntax of the left function. So the left function has 2 arguments, text. Text is the text string from which you want to extract characters. It can be a cell reference containing text or a direct text string enclosed in quotes. Noun characters is the number of characters that you want to extract from the beginning of the text string. If omitted, Excel will default to extracting just 1 character. Now, if I want the characters, if I want the left function to extract characters from this cell, D8, and return the word hello, which is the first 5 characters of the string hello John from the left, the formula to use is equals left, open parenthesis, then we click onto where's the text. The text is here, and the number of characters, hello is 5 characters, so we type 5, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So I've got hello. Now let's drag this down to the next cell. The next example, I want to show you how to use left together with find. Combining the find function with the left function in Excel is useful when you need to extract a text string, but the number of characters starting from the left of that string, for example, hello, is not fixed or not known ahead of time. Since the find function returns the position number of a character of text string, the result of the find function can be used as the num characters on the left function. So here, this is the one that you can use. So to use find left and find, we need to replace this 5 with the formula left. All right, this 5 with the formula, no, this number 5 with the formula find. So let's select the number 5 and replace it with the find formula. Find John, comma, which is in this cell, close parenthesis, and hit enter. Notice you will get hello J, not hello John. Well, we need to subtract 1 from the result to get the stop position of the string we want to extract. So to do that, we need to type here -1. And we get the character. All right. Okay. Next, the len function counts the number of characters that are in a string. All right. The len function counts the number of characters that are in a text string. So this is the syntax of the len function. Text argument represents the text string or cell reference from which you want to calculate the length. So if I want the length function to count the number of characters in cell D10, for example, I just type equals len, open parenthesis, I click onto this cell, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So you'll get 14. There are 14 characters in this cell D10. Next, let's move on to example 8, right. The right function extracts a given number of characters starting from the right side. This is the syntax of the right function. Text is the text string from which you want to extract the characters. It can be a cell reference containing the text or a direct text string enclosed in quotes. Num characters is optional. This is the number of characters you want to extract from the beginning of the text string. If omitted, Excel will default to extracting just 1 character. If I want the right function to extract the domain name of the email from this, from this cell and return yahoo.com, which is the first 9 characters of the string, we'll type equals right, open parenthesis, click onto this cell, comma 9, and hit enter. Okay, so the right function has looked up this cell and extracted the first 9 characters from the right, which is yahoo.com. So we can drag down this formula to apply to the next cell. Next, example 9. I'll show you how to use right, find, and len. So to extract the domain name from the email address, we can also use the right, find, and len function together. The len function counts the number of characters that are in a text string, while the write function starts counting from the rightmost characters and returns counting from the rightmost character. We can then use len and find combination as the num characters argument on the write formula. So now, to do that, we need to replace this 9, all right, with the len and find formula. So to do that, let's select this 9 and type in the len formula, close parenthesis, and I want this to minus the find formula to find this at in this cell, close parenthesis, and hit enter. So what does this formula means? This formula first uses the len function here to count the total number of characters here. All right. So there are 14 characters here. Then it minuses the position number of the @ sign symbol, which is 5 characters from the left. So 14 minus 5 is 9 characters from the right. So you will take 9 characters from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's why you get yahoo.com. Now let's drag it down to the next cell. All right. The mid function, let's go on to the mid function. The mid function extracts a given number of characters starting from a specified position. So this is the syntax of the mid function. So there are 3 parts: text, start num, and num characters. Text is the text string from which you want to extract characters. This can be a direct text string enclosed in double quotes, or a reference to a cell containing the text string. Start num is the position in the text string where the extraction begins. This is a numeric value indicating the starting point, with the first character in the text string being position 1. Num characters is the number of characters you want to extract from the text string. This is a numeric value specifying how many characters to include in the extracted substring. So if you have this text, john@yahoo.com, in this cell, and you want to extract yahoo.com, I will use to use the mid formula, we type equals to open parenthesis mid, and where is the text? It is here, comma, the start num, I want it to start from the 6th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the character Y, so the 6th position, and then the number of characters, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. Close parenthesis and hit enter. So we have got this formula using the mid formula. Now let's drag it down here. Now I want to show you how to use mid and find. I want to extract the email domain using mid and find function together. So to use mid and find, now we want to replace 6 because sometimes you don't know where is the position. So first I want to replace 6 with the find. So I type find open parenthesis, type this in, comma, this cell, close parenthesis, comma, and enter. Okay. So you'll get this. But this is not the, you get the, it's not exactly the email domain name that you want. So to fix this, we need to add 1 here to the position number of the add characters. So we need to add 1 here. And then you hit enter. And here you got it, the domain name. You can replace 9 with a bigger number like 100 so that you can extract longer characters. Next, let's move on to example number 12. Find can also be nested with ISNUMBER function to test whether a particular substring is present or not. This is the syntax of the ISNUMBER function. Value is the cell reference to be checked. So to use ISNUMBER with find, type ISNUMBER, open parenthesis, find, open parenthesis again, then you type this in, comma, select this cell, close parenthesis, close parenthesis. There's an error here. This one I need to type open parenthesis and hit enter. So this formula, ISNUMBER with and find, evaluates whether the text string contains the substring yahoo.com. If it does not, the formula returns a value false, but it founds the word yahoo.com there, and so it returns the value of true. All right, that's it. In this video, I have shown you how to use the if function with all these functions like if error, replace, left, right, mid, len, and ISNUMBER. Thanks for watching. If you are not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos that we upload. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the HR Diary channel. Thank you.